So economies of scale. Economies scale is when you increase the quantity of your production or increase the quantity of your sales, how the cost of per unit or unit cost comes down. So this concept is called economies of scale. How economies of scale happens is the next thing that we need to look at. How economies of scale is happening because when you take the cost of the product, cost has two things. One is your fixed cost and the other thing is your variable cost. And based on the cost, you decide on the price that you sell. For an example, if your selling price is 100 and inside this 100 you may have we'll say 50 rupees as your fixed cost, maybe 20 rupees as your variable cost. So balance 30 rupees is your profit or the margin. So what happens is after production or after selling a number of units, you reach to a level where it is called the break-even point. So at the break-even point, with the number of units you are going to sell or produce, you have no profits, no losses. That means for the cost that you have incurred, you have recovered everything. But from the point onwards, the break-even point onwards, all your sales or the production will have only your variable cost component. Just imagine from that point onwards, instead of the minimum profit margin that you had 30 rupees will go up to 80 rupees. Why? You don't have any fixed cost anymore. You have recovered all your fixed cost. You incur only variable cost per unit. So that means only 20 rupees of variable cost will be there. Your 50 rupees of your fixed cost and your margin of 30 rupees both add up to your profitability. So when you exceed your break-even point, you are getting an extraordinary or supernatural profit because of the concept called economies of scale. So companies, number one, need to know what your costs are. Number two, you should know where is your break-even point. There are certain calculation methods to do that. We can talk about it as well. You need to know where your break-even point is. And then you need to know what your market potential is. And based on the market potential, you can schedule, you can plan, you can forecast your profitability. Because you know for a fact that when you exceed your break-even point, you're going to make some supernatural profit. And if your number is very much higher than your break-even point, your profitability is very much more. But similarly, if your number of unit production or the sale is below the break-even point, you have a disadvantage. That means you're not going to make profits. Instead, you're going to make some losses in your business. So let's look at how we can calculate the break-even points and how you can forecast your profitability prior to start your business.